We want this mock implementation to be part of our Dagger dependency graph, so we're going to create our first Dagger module. First, we need to add the Dagger core dependency to the build.gradle file of the GitHub API module. We don't need to add the Dagger compiler dependency because we aren't generating any code for this specific module. For the most part, you only need the compiler when you have components in your module. Create a new interface called GitHub API module. Add the module annotation, which will tell Dagger that this is a module that provides dependencies. We'll use the binds annotation and create a function called bind GitHub API. Quick note, the function name does not matter. The argument for this function will be our mock implementation, and the return type will be the GitHub API interface. How this works is, this function is telling Dagger, whenever someone requires the GitHub API interface, give them this implementation. We are binding the implementation that's declared as the function argument to the type of the return type, which is GitHub API. Once we add our repository class that will inject this dependency, we can see how it's all hooked up. Another requirement when using the binds annotation is the argument needs to be injectable. That means we need to make our mock GitHub API injectable. Let's go back to the mock GitHub API declaration and add an inject annotated constructor. We'll also add the singleton scope annotation because we only need one instance of this for our app, no matter how many times it's injected. With this annotated constructor, Dagger is now able to create this. Now let's go to the build.gradle file in our app module. We want to add a dependency on our new module, which is the GitHub API, and we do that by declaring implementation project and then our new module name. Now if we go to the application component, we can add the Dagger module that we just created as a module of this component. Now anything that is injected via the application component will be able to inject the GitHub API. If we run a build, we can see our generated component hasn't changed yet, and that's because we still don't have any objects requesting to be injected. We're getting close, but we still have a little setup to do before the generated code gets really interesting.